to support our local youth. Lovington Wildcats fight through difficulties with perseverance and grace. Lovington has the best school district in Lee County and are Wildcat proud. The Lovington School District thanks everyone for the tremendous support and understanding as we continue to learn and grow through the ever-changing times. So listen up and join in as the Lovington School District says, good luck, Wildcats. We are so proud of you.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy, located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats. We're the pharmacy that you've trusted.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. From here at the launch pad in Roswell, it is Goddard versus our Wildcats. Lovington Wildcat Baseball brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Now Pharmacy, and Eunice Pump and Supply. So the start of district here this afternoon. Great to have you along. We're going to have kind of an interesting camera angle because we are not allowed behind home plate here at the launch pad. So we are down the first baseline, not far from the Lovington dugout. So we'll just get the best we can and welcome into it. Sorry for the delay getting on, as apparently cell service here in Roswell has been a little spotty today. The internet has been too, but we got it bypassed, and so we are on. We are rocking and rolling for your Lovington Wildcats. They're, of course, led by Coach Deck. Leading it off, it'll be Jaden Hernandez. He'll be followed up by Cayman Ochoa, then Micah Pondo. He'll be pitching today. Victor Tejeda bats fourth. Jonathan Aceves. It's in the 5 slot. He plays shortstop. Diego Brito in the number 6 slot, playing second base. Ryan Weiser batting 7th, playing third. Nick Pata batting 8th, playing first. And Damian Nava batting 9th and playing in position 9, which is right field. For the home team Goddard Rockets, it'll be Alsop leading off. He'll be followed by Fulkerson, Sia, Seeley, Holloway, Eldridge, Matheson, Boston, and Stokes. They have Hardwick on the mound. So for Goddard defensively, it's Hardwick and Holloway, your battery, and then Seeley, Fulkerson, Stokes, and Alsop's first to third. Sia, Boston, and Eldridge left to right. For the Cats, they are in the road blues with the white letters and numbers. For the Rockets, they are in the I guess we would call them the home almost tequila sunrise type jerseys with the Columbia blue, gray, and navy blue, both teams wearing white pants. So a little bit different in district this season, as they'll play one game at a home site, and then the next day they'll turn around and play a doubleheader at the other team's place, which means tomorrow we'll be live at Wildcat Field beginning about 4:30 for a district doubleheader. Of course, whoever wins this one will have a one-game lead in the district. So just about ready to go. Get this one underway this afternoon from Roswell Goddard High School. I'm TJ Miracle again. Thank you for tuning in. A busy day for baseball. As stepping in will be Jaden Hernandez. He'll be doing the catching duties, and he will lead things off. So Jaden will bat first from the right side of the plate. Of course, wears number 10, settles into the right side of the box. Opposing him is Hardwick. The pitcher wears number 17. As Hardwick looks in, kicks and fires, and the first pitch will be a fastball right at the letters. Good pitch in there, and that is a called strike one. So strike one to Hernandez at the plate. Down giving the signs is Holloway. And the wind and the pitch, that one swung on, and that one is going to be over on the right side of the infield. Going to be scooped up by the second baseman. Fires over behind first, but Seeley will handle it. And that is out number one, 4-3. Again, I'm kind of at a funny angle here, so please bear with me on the camera work. One down for the Lovington Wildcats here in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring up Cayman Ochoa. Ochoa playing center field here to start the day today. Just underway in district. As the kick and the pitch, and that will be a fastball high, and that will be ball one. Well, 1 ball, no strike count just underway as district is now underway from here at Goddard. As Hardwick gets his sign from Holloway. The high leg kick, and the big righty delivers that one right at the letters and down the pipe. Evens things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count, a warm afternoon for baseball. Of course, a little fog, or not fog, I should say smoke in the air from the fires up in Ruido. So our prayers with those folks. The 1-1 pitch, whoa, a little up and in, and ducking out of the way is Ochoa. And that'll be ball 2. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. 1 down, just underway, top of the first inning. Wildcat baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. As Hardwick sets at the belt, the kick and the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one fouled back into the retaining wall. And leaving it up at 2-2. Actually, it hit the post supporting the netting here at Goddard High. Pretty good crowd on hand for the opening game of district. We just got to think tomorrow, with it being a Friday and being home, we'd have much better attendance. So come on out tomorrow, but glad to have you here today. The 2-2 pitch took something off of that one. And it'll float outside, and that will run the count full to Ochoa. Good eye for Ochoa at the plate. Outfield playing fairly straight away. Boston only playing about a quarter of the way back. Not a lot of respect there for Ochoa. And the payoff pitch swung on and gets a piece of it, but right into the glove of Holloway. And that'll be strikeout number 1 for Hardwick and out number 2 for the Wildcats. So 2 down, and that'll be Micah Pondo to the plate. Pondo getting the start on the mound, so a chance to help himself a little bit here with 2 outs. Field pretty much their normal positions. Again, the outfield playing fairly shallow. Not a lot of breeze. 82 degrees at first pitch, and the first pitch to Pondo, and that's inside corner at the letters, called strike 1. 1-0 ball, 1 strike count. There are 2 down, top of the first inning. Hardwick, a fairly quick worker. High leg kick, and the righty delivers. That one's in the dirt. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hardwick and Holloway again are the battery for Goddard. Hardwick going to do a little work on his landing zone in front of the mound. As he'll get the sign he wants from Holloway. And kicks and deals the 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be just low for ball 2. And with 2 ball, 1 strike count. As back in is Pondo. Just settles into the right side box. As Hardwick deals the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air to shallow center field. That one's going to bloop in, and it will be a 2-out single now for Micah Pondo. So Pondo with the single to center. The blooper gets in there, and it is good. We will have a courtesy runner check into the game maybe, since Micah is the runner. Nope, looks like they're going to let him in, run for himself. So that'll bring the cleanup hitter, Victor Tejeda, to the plate. Victor playing in left field. This game, of course, he gets a lot of catching duties as well. So the cleanup hitter going to try and do some two-out damage for the Wildcats here in the first. And the first pitch, fastball outside corner. Victor thinks about it but holds off, and it is strike one. No balls, one strike, runner at first. Is Pondo at the two-out single. And a pickoff attempt and back in safely is Pondo. Dives in under a sweep tag from Seeley. So still 0-1 the count. It's a beautiful afternoon for baseball here in Roswell. And the 0-1 pitch and the throw down to second, and that one's going to get airmailed. In there safely, sliding in as Fulkerson had backed up. And he'll just underhand it to Stokes, who puts a tag on, but a stolen base for Pondo. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike at the plate to Victor Tejeda. So the 1-1 count, now a runner in scoring position. The stolen base for Pondo. He stands at second. Stokes will shade over. Keep him honest over there. And the pitch swung on and missed. Good fastball, and Victor just swings through. Strike 2. Oh, it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Just underway here in the top of the first inning. Wildcat baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Victor settles back in. Hardwick kicks, fires, and that's in there. Called strike 3 as Victor goes down looking. So the Cats put a man in scoring position but can't move him around. We've played a half inning. It's Lovington nothing. Goddard coming to bat. We'll be back. More Lovington Wildcat baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
The Lovington School District encourages you to support our local youth. Lovington Wildcats fight through difficulties with perseverance and grace. Lovington has the best school district in Lee County and our Wildcat proud. The Lovington School District thanks everyone for the tremendous support and understanding as we continue to learn and grow through the ever-changing times. So listen up and join in as the Lovington School District says, good luck, Wildcats. We are so proud of you.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
For the Wildcats in their half of the first, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1 runner stranded. So after a half inning, no score leading it off for Coach Alvarado and his Goddard Rockets. He'll be followed by Fulkerson and then Sia. For your Wildcats defensively, it's Pondo on the hill. Hernandez is the catcher. Infield to be Pata, Brito, Aceves, Weiser first to third, Tejeda, Ochoa, and Nava in the outfield from left to right. Of course, this is the opening game of the district season. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. Of course, here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would certainly appreciate that. Remember, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, 1 subscriber will get $100 of my money. I'm putting up $100 of my own money to get us to 1,000 subscribers. So tell your family and friends, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Of course, also free on the Lovington Sports tab at hobbsamerica.com. Of course, we get to do these games free of charge for you because of our great friends and sponsors who make it possible. So Pondo on the hill, and the righty will kick and fire. The first pitch is going to be at the letters, right in there, called strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike underway, bottom of the first inning. As Pondo, the quick worker, deals. That one swung on, and that one is going to be high in the air out to deep left field. It's going back, and it'll be foul right off the fence. Winds up just being a long strike 2. As Alsop was sitting back on that one waiting for it. Got one he could drive and drove it out to deep left field. So an 0-2 count now. As the ball comes back. Oops, a little miscommunication between Hernandez and Pondo. Aceves handles it at short. I just wanted to get the ball a little dirty first. That's okay. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Outfield playing fairly deep. Eyes are shading a little bit over towards short at third. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, and whoa, hot shot over towards the on-deck circle with Fulkerson standing there as to a little moving to get out of the way of it, and does. So the count stays no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 count to the leadoff batter, Alsop. Drove a long one foul, but has seen a couple of pretty good pitches. We'll do the 0-2 again as Pondo delivers curveball in the dirt. Again, that'll be ball 1. Trying to get him to chase. Easier said than done, especially with a leadoff hitter. They're supposed to make the pitcher work, and Alsop doing his job. So the 1-2 pitch is Pondo will deal, and that one is going to be just high for ball 2. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. No score, bottom of the first inning. Cats and the Rockets opening up the District 3 4A schedule. And the 2-2 pitch is Pondo will fire, and ding-dong, ouch, right in the back between the 2-4 for Alsop. So hit by the pitch, and the leadoff batter gets himself on base, and that'll bring Fulkerson, the second baseman, to the plate. Fulkerson now at the plate with nobody down and a runner on. So the middle infield going to shift over to double play depth. Potta going to hold on Alsop over at first. Sia waits on deck for the Rockets. Oh, now Fulkerson as a pickoff attempt. That one is going to be safe, as back in standing up is Alsop. Fulkerson wears the high socks and the traditional stirrups. Don't see that every day. He'll show bunt, pull it back, and the pitch will run inside for ball 1. There's a full day of sports today. Lovington Wildcats here in Roswell taking on Goddard. Hobbs Eagles taking on the Roswell Coyotes in baseball action, their district opener on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. The Hobbs Girls is the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be in the dirt, and that one is going to bounce away and get away from the catcher Hernandez, and down on the passed ball will be Alsop. So that will put a runner in scoring position for the Goddard Rockets, and it's a 2-ball, no-strike count to Fulkerson at the plate. I think he might try and bunt the runner over. Also pretty good speed out there. Aceves holding him on, keeping him honest. And the 2-0 pitch, he shows bunt, and he'll lay it down right in front of the plate. Charging up is Pondo, gets it, fires it over to first, and it is in time. And a nifty little move, 1-3 for out number 1. And more importantly, Pondo shot that one over there extremely hard. Parra came up with it and handled it quickly, and that'll keep Alsop stapled over at second. So now one down as C. Lee will come to the plate. Seeley will step in with a runner at second, one down. So Pondo at the plate, rather on the hill, takes the look in, and timeout going to be asked for. I think we've actually had a late change here. At Sia as the number 3 hitter. We'll check and see what the change is, but I know that is Seeley at the plate. Timeout going to be taken. There was a problem with the glove there, so we got a minute. Say a big thank you to all the good folks who make Lovington Wildcat baseball possible, including Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric, Now Pharmacy, and Eunice Pump and Supply. So we'll try again as Seeley settles back into the right side box. Runner at second is Alsop, and the pitch, and that one's going to be low and in for ball 1. 1-ball, no strike count. There is one down. The off batter also was hit by a pitch, then moved to second on a pass ball. Pondo takes the long look in. When he goes to the stretch, he tends to slow way down. And the 1-0 pitch, and that fastball outside corner at the knees evens things up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, as I was mentioning before, there's also a Hobbs softball game going on in Clovis. That's on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel. Of course, tomorrow we've got a full slate of games for you as well. And a pickoff attempt as they're going to go to second. They're going to head to third, but not in time to get the speedy Alsop as he will steal third. Good throw, Brito with a strong throw to Weiser at third, but not in time. So Alsop with the stolen base on the pickoff attempt. So now they've got to run just 90 feet away. Coach Alvarado not afraid to play a little small ball and try and move the runners around. So one down and a 1-1 count to Seeley at the plate, and he'll swing that one, and it's going to find its way through. Going to be knocked down by Aceves diving in short, but it'll get through to Tejeda in left, and that will score Alsop. So an RBI single for Seeley to left, and that'll make it a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Goddard Rockets. So a 1-0 lead here in the first. That'll bring the next batter to the plate. I'll check on that young man's name here in a moment. So one out, new batter at the plate. The wind and the first pitch. Fastball going to run inside for ball one. Maybe Holloway up there. How things have gotten moved around. So that is Holloway. And the next pitch to Holloway is going to be low for ball two. Only 2-ball, no strike count. Bases are clear now. Also hit by a pitch, moved to second on a pass ball, stole third, and came in on the hit by Seeley, who stands at first. And the line and the pitch to Holloway. That's going to be a little line shot, finds its way through into right, takes a funny hop. Handling it is Tejeda, and getting it back in and holding it to a single. So back-to-back singles for the Goddard Rockets have runners at first and second. So they'll move Eldridge to the plate. Again, I think somehow got one off. So a late change as he moved everybody up in the lineup. We'll wait and see if Matheson or Hardwick is next. So runners at first and second, just one down for the Rockets. They're threatening to try and break it open here in the first, as now Eldridge will step to the plate. So Eldridge going to settle into the right side box, measures things off as the umpire tells Bondo the ball is in your hands, young man. So he'll set at the belt and deliver the first pitch up and in, ball one. 1-ball, no strike count to Eldridge, hitting in the 5 slot for Goddard. They've still only got one out. There's only one game here this evening, a doubleheader tomorrow at our place, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be outside corner, evens things up 1-1. Good pitch there from Pondo. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Pondo is the pitcher. Runner at first is Holloway. Runner at second is Seeley. Pondo checks the runners and the 1-1 pitch. Ding dong, and that's the second hit batter. And that'll load them full of rockets. Seeley to third, Holloway to second, and now Eldridge over to first after he was hit by the pitch. Lovington going to take just a moment and talk about it and go, okay, guys, let's settle things down here. That is going to be Matheson up next. Not sure right where we got off. That is not what the lineup that I got from the coach before the game said. So I guess a last-minute change before he and Coach Dak exchanged lineups. So Matheson, their designated hitter, will step to the plate and getting the sign he wants as Pondo deals with the bases loaded, and that will be up high for ball one. 1-ball, no strike count. Matheson is the hitter. So the 1-0 count. Pondo back in just the regular wind. Bases full of Rockets, nowhere to put him. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to deep left center. Tejeda goes back and overplays it, and that'll roll all the way to the wall. The E7 is going to get 1 home, going to get 2 home. It is going to get 3 home as the ball just rolls through. And so it is a 3-run error as Matheson will reach on the E7. He will get credit for one of those RBIs. He will get credit for Seeley, because he would have had time to tag up, but the others will score on the error. So that'll clear them off, and just like that, it is 4-0 in favor of the Rockets. So that'll bring the next hitter to the plate. That may be right. Double check that. So a runner at second, one out, and the ball is going to be outside, and that'll be ball one. So yeah, we did have a late substitution as Wright will be playing. So Wright hitting in the number 7 position. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. And the 1-0 pitch from Pondo, that one's going to be low and away for ball 2. With 2-ball, no strike count. 4-0, Roswell leading here in this bottom of the first inning. Cats would love nothing more than to find a way out of this one with no more damage being done. Pondo checks the runners, deals the 2-0 pitch, swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot and into the tree in the house behind the stadium for strike 1. I would not want to live in that house, and I would certainly have my car in the garage if I did live in that house, especially during baseball season. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Matheson stands at second after the RBI error, and the 2-1 is up high for ball 3. Pondo just struggling a little bit with his, not really so much his control, but having trouble finding the strike zone. When he finds it, Goddard seems to be ready for it. And the 3-1 pitch, and that one is going to be in the dirt, ball 4. So the first walk of the afternoon issued comes to Wright. And so that'll bring Boston to the plate. Boston, the center fielder, number 8 hitter, runners at first and second as Coach Deck going to head out to the mound. And I think maybe that's going to do it for Pondo. No, I think he's just going to talk to him a minute. Yeah, just going over for sure what I'm sure they've talked about and what I'm sure they've worked on. 4-0 is the score. While we've got a moment, big thanks to Eunice Pump and Supply, Now Pharmacy, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Driftway, the Lovington Schools, and Lovington Auto Supply, making Wildcat Baseball possible here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and at HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, tomorrow, the Wildcat baseball team will be back in action, a doubleheader at Wildcat Park against these same Goddard Rockets. We'll be on the stream over the top at around 4:20 tomorrow afternoon. We're getting underway just a little bit earlier because it is 2 games. Then on Saturday, we'll make the trip over to Artesia for Lovington Lady Cat softball. As that'll be a battle of top 3 teams in 4A softball. Artesia number 1, Lovington number 3. Both of them crushing their opponents in the early part of the district season. So that'll be a good one on Saturday here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So the meeting at the mound is over, and Boston will step in with runners at first and second, 1 down. And the kick and the pitch, that fastball is on the outside corner, called strike 1. Oh, a no ball, 1 strike count. As Stokes will wait on deck. Pondo checks his runners. Now he'll deal the 0-1, and that one is going to be low. And evens things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Runner at second is Matheson. Runner at first is Wright. Pondo gets the sign and the 1-1 pitch on the way. Boston takes a mighty cut and comes up empty. Strike 2. So it's a 1-ball, 2 strike count. Cats looking for any way out of this, but still just 1 out as Boston chokes well up on the bat. Now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes as Pondo will fire, and that pitch is going to be high and evens things up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-ball, 2 strike count, 2 on, just 1 out and 4 runs across for the Rockets here in the first. Again, a little smoke in the air, a little haze from the fires up in Ruidoso here this afternoon. Otherwise, not a cloud in the sky and just a whisper of breeze. And the 2-2 pitch, and it's Boston well out in front of that one, but nope, as smothering is down is Hernandez. So ring him up and sit him down. Boston goes down on strikes for out number 2. Well, that means there's 2 away, 2 on, and that'll bring the number 9 hitter Stokes to the plate. So Stokes, the shortstop, comes to the plate as Goddard has batted around this inning. Lovington wants to get out of this with no more than the 4 they've already put up on the board. Michael set. He'll deal to Stokes, and that one will be high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Hugh Stokes, the number 9 hitter, outfield playing fairly deep. Ochoa shading slightly over towards right. Finland starts kicking up just a touch. Hondo ready and deals the 1-0, and that one's going to be a curveball in the dirt. Ball 2. From my angle, it is a little bit difficult to pick up on the pitches are, but I'm 99% certain that one was a curveball. And the 2-0 pitch, that's a fastball, and it'll run outside, ball 3. So with 3 ball and no strike count, be interesting to see as Coach Alvarado puts the take sign on for his number 9 hitter, Stokes. Hondo having a little trouble hitting the strike zone. And the 3-0 pitch, and the take sign was on as Stokes watches it into the glove of Hernandez for strike 1. Matheson at first, or rather Matheson at second, Wright at first. And the 3-1 delivery, and that one's on the outside corner, letter high, and that'll run the count full. Again, I think Coach Alvarado saying, yeah, let's go ahead and take it, make him throw you a strike. So a full count with 2 down and 2 on. Hondo has what he wants, sets at the belt, and the high kick, and the payoff pitch, and that's up high, ball 4, he loses him, and that'll load him back full of rockets. Matheson to third, Wright to second, Stokes with the walk at first. And so now Goddard has batted around, and that'll bring Alsop to the plate. Alsop scored the first run of the inning and the first run of the game for the Rockets, was hit by a pitch, moved to second on a pass ball, then stole a base and came in on the RBI single by Seeley. Chance to blow this wide open in the first. Hondo will deal to Alsop high for ball 1. Hondo having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone here are the last couple of batters. So a 1-0 count, 2 down. I go back in just the regular wind. Lovington with Lovington and script on the jerseys. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one's back to the netting. And the count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball comes back, and Mike has a little trouble handling it. Key for Lovington right now is going to be to keep their spirits up. Got to find a way to back into this one. We've still got a long way to go here. Can't get discouraged. Still a long way to go in this one. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. Hondo deals, and that one is right over the heart of the plate, right at the knees. Called strike 2 to Alsop. Now 1 ball, 2 strike count. As the Rockets have batted around, and they've got the bases juiced. Leadoff hitter Alsop back at the plate. In his time is Pondo. And the 1-2 pitch, that one is going to be in the dirt, and checking it up is Alsop at the plate. Nice job blocking it out by Hernandez to keep everybody stapled where they are. And the count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stokes at first, Wright at second, Matheson at third. Nowhere to put him in a 2-2 count to the 10th hitter of the inning, and the pitch swung on. It's a slow roller towards Weezer at third, and he'll just step on the bag at third for the ground out unassisted. He'll get Matheson, or rather he'll get Wright for out number 3. Alsop will be credited with a fielder's choice, but Goddard puts 4 runs on the board in their half of the first. We head to the second. Goddard 4, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat Baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here at Roswell, Goddard in the bottom of the first. Goddard 4 runs on 2 hits. Lovington commits 1 error, And the bases are left loaded, so we head to the second. It'll be Jonathan Aceves, Diego Brito, and Ryan Weiser due up. For your Wildcats, 5, 6, and 7 due up, and the Cats with a 4-0 hole to dig themselves out of. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday afternoon district opener from here in Roswell. Of course, tomorrow we'll continue district with Goddard coming to our place for a doubleheader. It's a little bit different this year. Instead of home and home doubleheaders, it's one game at one place and then a doubleheader the next day at the other. So Hardwick on the hill to face off against Aceves as Jonathan will settle into the right side box. Now going over the head is Hardwick, and he'll kick and fire the fastball inside corner, called strike one. No ball, 1 strike count. Cats with a hole to dig out of, and Aceves try and get on base. The 0-1 pitch as Jonathan gets a piece of it, cues it off the end of the bat and into the Columbia Blue retaining wall. Now he's down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. So now Jonathan going to have to be in plate protection mode to be sure, as the Cats going to need base runners in a big way here. As Hardwick gets the sign and the 0-2 delivery swung on, and that's a chopper towards third, as waiting on it and then firing over to first, skips in but not in time, as legging out the infield single is Jonathan Aceves. A nice job by Jonathan. Goes in and gets the Wildcats the leadoff man on. So that'll bring Diego Brito to the plate. Good approach for Jonathan with 2 strikes. And Diego will step in. Playing second. I bet we've seen pitch one of the games tomorrow. First pitch to Brito. Fastball at the letters, called strike one. Zump has been very consistent, calling it right there at the letters for both squads through the first inning plus. Runner at first is Aceves. Go Brito at the plate. And the 0-1 delivery. That one's going to be low. Holloway puts the glove on it, traps it up, and evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Still 1-1. Aceves at first. Seeley holds him on over there. Jonathan about a step and a half lead. Hardwick will check on him. Now comes to the plate, the 1-1 swung on, and that one is going to be foul as it hits the plate and then goes down the third baseline and just kind of spins like a top. So foul ball, strike 2. Aceves got a pretty good jump there as umpire asks to see the ball. He's going to change him out. The Holloway gets it back to Hardwick. And Aceves over at first after the infield single. Outfield, Boston not playing very far back in center. 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that one will be a slow roller, and it takes a funny bounce as the shortstop Stokes is going to back up Alsop, who nothing he could really do about that. I'm going to score that as another infield single because it took a wicked hop over the glove of Alsop. And so back-to-back infield singles, and the Cats are in business, as now the third baseman, Ryan Weiser, to the plate. And Ryan will settle in with runners at first and second. Brito at first, Aceves at second. First pitch, and that one will be away for ball 1. The Cats can just be patient here. They can get to Hardwick. Get some of those runs back on the board. They trail this one 4-0. Just have to chip away at it. Nobody out, 2 on, golden opportunity to do it. Hardwick checks on the runners and deals the 1-0, and that one's away, ball 2. 2 ball, no strike count. I've noticed last couple of years, a lot of times when pitchers get in the stretch, they've got runners on. Generally slow things way, way down, and Lovington's pitchers often do it. Looks like Goddard's do as well. Hardwick will look at the runners, looks again. Fits over there for Aceves, and the 2-0 pitch fastball that nips the outside corner for strike 1. With 2 ball, 1 strike count. And Weiser. The cleat on the very back part of the right side box. Hardwick looks at the runners again. And the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that's a chop shot over towards second. Going to short and then over to first. Is it in time? No, it is not. So Weiser will be safe at first on the fielder's choice. Brito is out 4-6. It does move Aceves down to third. And so now Cats at the corners with Nick Pata coming to the plate. Pata to the plate. The Cats with a chance to chip things away here. They haven't hit Hardwick hard yet, but they are making contact, and good team speed for the Cats. They've taken advantage of it. So now Cats at the corners. Ryan, a pretty good lead at first, being held on by Seeley. And the first pitch will be low to Pata for ball one. 1 ball, no strike count. Goddard leading 4-2, but Lovington threatens with 1 out. Here in the top of the second, and the 1-0 pitch as that one's going to fall in. And even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pata is the hitter. Weezer stands at first. Over at third is Aceves. Reached on an infield single. Ryan on the fielder's choice. The 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one's coming back to the pitcher. Pitcher turns around, fires to short, then on to first, and gets the 1-6-3 double play. So 1-6-3 for the double play, and that ends the inning and the threat for the Cats. They put men on, but can't move them around after an inning and a half. It's Goddard 4, Lovington nothing. Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
The Lovington School District encourages you to support our local youth. Lovington Wildcats fight through difficulties with perseverance and grace. Lovington has the best school district in Lee County and are Wildcat proud. The Lovington School District thanks everyone for the tremendous support and understanding as we continue to learn and grow through the ever-changing times. So listen up and join in as the Lovington School District says, good luck, Wildcats. We are so proud of you.
For the Wildcats in the top of the second, no runs on 2 hits, no errors committed by Goddard. And they leave 1 runner stranded as we go to the bottom of the second. Goddard leading the Cats 4-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Flying solo in this district opener, and we will have a new pitcher in the game for your Lovington Wildcats as Salas will step in to take over for the Cats here in this second inning. So Salas now the pitcher. Salas going to take over the pitching duties. Of course, that's one thing you got to think about with instead of just a doubleheader and then a week and a half later playing the same team again in a doubleheader is you've really got to work on pitching. 3 games in 3 days with the pitch limits and everything else. So Salas will take over, and his first batter he'll face will be Fulkerson, who grounded out to the pitcher. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch from Salas is in there, called strike 1. Yeah, how you handle the pitching? That's something I know we'll talk a lot more about tomorrow, but a rough inning, that'll probably be it. The 0-1 pitch, and that one's going to be low. Evens things up, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just singular. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count, bottom of the second. Fulkerson, Seeley, Holloway. 2, 3, and 4, and the pitch swung on, and that one's going to be back up into the netting. Strike 2 is Fulkerson getting under that one. Fulkerson steps out a moment, gets some instruction. Now he's back in as Salas, kind of the open stance on the mound, and will deal the 1-2 curveball up high. Didn't break quite as much as he wanted it to, and evens things up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count just underway, bottom of the second. Salas on to stop the bleeding, and the 2-2 pitch is going to be high for ball 3. No, that'll run the count full to Fulkerson. Final line for Pondo. He goes in 1 complete inning. Gives up 4 runs. Line in the pitch, and that one is going to be a slow roller towards short. handled, and Aceves gets it over to Pata at first in time for out number one. So 6-3 for out number one. So there is one down in the Goddard half of the second. And that'll bring Seeley, the number 3 hitter, to the plate. Seeley had an RBI single his last time up and then scored. Only 2 of the runs against Pondo were earned, so an inning pitch, 2 earned runs, a couple of walks. Pitch to Seeley, swung on. That one's on the ground to shortstop. Again, Jonathan going to handle it. Fire it over to Pata at first. 6-3 for out number 2. So 2 away now for the Goddard Rockets as Holloway to the plate. There's Holloway, the catcher. Had a single to left his last time up and did score. Well, Holloway is the cleanup hitter for the Rockets. As Salas kicks and fires, fastball outside corner, yes sir, strike one. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Pretty good crowd on hand for Thursday afternoon. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed as Holloway goes chasing. Salas changing the speed on that just a little bit, and now Holloway well out in front of it. So 0-2 the count, Salas ahead of Holloway. Hernandez gives the signs and the 0-2 pitch curveball that doesn't break nearly enough. Ball 1. Trying to get Holloway to chase. Chooses not to. Oh, the 1-2 delivery. Fastball swung on. That one is golf to shallow left field. Coming in on it is Tejeda. Puts the glove over and makes it. 2 hands, Victor, 2 hands, but it works that time. So the fly out to right, and the Rockets go 1-2-3 in their half of the second. We head to the third. It's Goddard 4, Lovington nothing. Wildcat baseball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Goddard goes 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the second. We head to the third, and leading it off will be, that'll be Salas. He's going to hit in place of Nava. So Salas will go in, and he will be the hitter. His first time up, so it'll be Salas Hernandez Ochoa. 9-1-2 due up for the Wildcats. Holloway still on the hill. Given up 3 hits, but has yet to give up a run for Goddard. Cats trailing 4-0. Of course, tomorrow about 4:30, we'll have these two teams again right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. The district season will continue with a doubleheader tomorrow. Just a single game here tonight at Goddard. Said they're doing the whole 3-game thing this season. So Salas will step in. He will lead things off for your Wildcats. Hardwick still on the mound as he'll look in. Salas, the pitcher, settles in. Open stance, and the first pitch is going to be at the letters, called strike 1. Oh, strike 1 to Salas. Hardwick not wasting a lot of time, and the 0-1 pitch swung on as Salas takes a mighty cut. It comes up empty, and that'll be strike 2. 0-0 ball, 2 strike count. Salas wearing the face mask out there. And the 0-2 pitch, fastball swung on and missed as Hardwick comes right at Salas and gets him on 3 pitches, his 3rd K of the ball game. And there's one down now for the Wildcats. Well, that'll bring Jaden Hernandez to the plate. Jaden grounded out to lead off the ball game to the second baseman, Fulkerson. Now Hernandez in the first pitch. Whoa, inside. Jaden having to do a little fancy footwork to get out of the way of ball one. Well, 1 ball, no strike count. Encouragement from the fans in the stands. Sorry, let me adjust that camera just a little bit. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one's back into the netting. And just takes a pretty good cut at it, just gets under it, shoots it back to the net, evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe will go over and retrieve the ball for the umpire. Holloway down, given the signs. Hardwick has what he wants, goes over the head, and the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt, ball 2. The 2 ball, 1 strike count. Wildcats trailing 4-0 here in the third. Trying to get something going with 1 out, 9-1 and 2 up. Back to Hernandez, who's the leadoff hitter. The 2-1 pitch, that's at the knees on the outside corner. And that's only 2 strikes. Jaden head back to the box. I can laugh because I've done it. I will plead guilty to that. I was sure I got rung up one time when I was about Jaden's age and was on the bench before the coach said, get back out there. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up, and that one is heading to the street and into a tree and settles in nicely. If this was in golf, it would be in pine straw behind us. And so it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Pretty nice houses here around Goddard, but wouldn't have my car in the driveway during baseball season. 2-2 delivery on the way from Hardwick. Swung on and missed as Jaden chases one a little bit high and will go down swinging for out number 2. So now there's 2 away. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Hardwick. Is Emin Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim back in the first. Trying to get something started here with 2 outs as Ochoa settles in. Hardwick kicks and fires the fastball in the outside corner. Called strike 1. 0 ball, 1 strike count. Hardwick gets the sign that he wants from Holloway. And the 0-1 delivery, that one's going to be in the dirt. Evens things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield not playing very deep. See, shading over into the left center power alley, only about halfway back. Boston is playing not even a third of the way back as that one hits the light standard, or what used to be the light standard. They've moved the poles back. Holds up the netting, though, that goes around here. Strike 2. We're in front of the Lovington dugout. Said earlier when I was talking to my media compatriots, every time we come here, something's changed a little bit. The 1-2 pitch, and that one's going to be outside and gets away from Holloway. Nobody on those, so really no arm, no foul there. Just evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the 2 ball, 2 strike count if Ochoa can find a way on. Hondo waits on deck. Hardwick deals the 2-2 pitch, and that one's going to be outside. Ball 3. So runs the count full. The number 2 hitter, Ochoa. First full count for a Lovington hitter this afternoon. We tick towards 6 o'clock. And Hardwick deals the payoff pitch. Swung on. That one's on the ground to short. Backhanded by Stokes. Double clutches. Fires to first. In time to Seeley to get the out. 6-3 on the long throw. But 1-2-3 go the Cats in their half of the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Goddard 4. Lovington trying to get on the board. Wildcat baseball will continue on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now a Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now a Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now a Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
The Cats go quietly 1-2-3 in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. It'll be Eldridge, Matheson, and Wright. So 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Goddard Rockets. Salas still on the hill, kicks and fires, and Eldridge takes a big cut and comes up empty. Well, gets a piece of it, I should say, for strike one. Eldridge hit by a pitch and scored back in the first. Matheson will go over, retrieve the baseball, and back to the on-deck circle. Salas, the 0-1 pitch, took something off of that one and floats outside. Hernandez has to lunge over to get it. Evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Field shading over just a little bit, but fairly deep for the Cats. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That's a chop shot over to third. Weiser handles it, throws it across, and is it in time? Yes, it is, on a good stretch by Pata. So 5-3 for out number 1. So 1 away for Goddard in their half of the third inning. Then that'll bring Matheson to the plate. Matheson would have been an RBI sack, but reached on an error and then got left stranded at third back in the first. So 1 down, nobody on. Salas in relief has done a whale of a job through an inning plus, as the first pitch is going to be in there, called strike 1. Although it does get away from Hernandez. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. Wright will come over and collect the ball. And the 0-1, that's in there. Good pitch from Salas, called strike 2. With a no-ball, 2-strike count. Salas was ready before Matheson was. And the 0-2 pitch, fastball swung on. That one's heading towards the shortstop. Aceves boots it. And so Matheson will reach on the second error of the afternoon. Both of them in his favor as the E6. And I think Jonathan was just pulling up. I got to remember to get that further over to the right for stuff over at first. Thanks for letting me know about that. So the second error of the afternoon. And that'll put Goddard in business with 1 down here in the first. So now it'll be Wright to the plate. Wright walked and was part of the fielder's choice that ended the first inning. And he will take a mighty cut at the first pitch he sees and comes up empty. Strike 1. With a no-ball, 1-strike count. Hernandez down, giving the signs. Pata holding on. Matheson over at first. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one up into the netting for strike 2. Salas not an overpowering pitcher, but he does vary things up pretty well. He has deceptive motion on it. No ball, 2-strike count. Salas checks the runners, and the pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow center field. Charging in on it is Ochoa. He will make it, and tagging up and scampering back to first is Matheson. So the fly out to center, and there's 2 down for the Goddard Rockets now as Boston will come to the plate. Boston, a strikeout victim his last time up. He'll settle in with 2 down and a runner at first. 4-0, Goddard in the lead. Lovington trying to get out of this one. First pitch swung on, and that one's lifted high in the air to just behind second base. As going over is Brito, calls everybody off and makes the grab for out number 3. So the Rockets get a man on via the error, but can't move him around. We've played 3. It's Roswell 4, Lovington nothing. Back for the 4th inning on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
Wildcats, we are so proud of you.
For the Goddard Rockets in the bottom of the third inning, no runs, no hits, one error committed by Lovington, and one runner left on base. Line score through 3 for Goddard. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They've left 4 stranded. For Lovington, no runs, 3 hits. They've committed 2 errors, and 2 runners have been left on base. So it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the order, Micah Pondo, Victor Tejeda, Jonathan Aceves due up for the Cats here in the top of the 4th inning. Trailing by 4, needing to chip away on it. Hardwick still on the bump for the Rockets, and he'll deal the first one to Jonathan, and he reaches out right back to Hardwick, and he underhands it to Seeley at first in time. Plenty of time for out number 1. I think had reached on a single his last time up. He's out 1-3 to start this top of the 4th inning. So 1 down now. I'll bring the cleanup hitter Victor Tejeda to the plate. Victor struck out his last time up, 0 for 1. Kicking the pitch, fastball swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 1. Victor steps out a moment. Now he's back in. Hardwick looks into Holloway, has what he wants, goes over the head, and the 0-1 pitch swung on. Hit off the hands. That's going to be a slow roller towards the shortstop. Stokes will get it, fire to first, but not going to be in time as it had pulled Seeley off the bag just a little bit. So Victor Tejeda with an infield single will stand over at first. Good job by Victor. So 1 down, 1 on for the Wildcats as Aceves will step to the plate. Jonathan singled to lead off the 2nd inning. So we got a runner at first. That's Tejeda. Going to get a little bit of a lead over there as Seeley will hold him on. Holloway now from the stretch. Kicks and fires, and a big cut taken by Aceves. Comes up empty, strike 1. I won't bother to change the bug because it's 0-1. An 0-ball, 1 strike count. Victor gets a little bit of a lead off over at first. Looking to get that man in scoring position. Aceves at the plate to kick the pitch, and coming up out of his crouch is Holloway. When in danger of sailing wide, Holloway gets it, and count will even up. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Sun still high in the sky as we click towards 6 o'clock. Here at Roswell Goddard High School. 1-1 pitch, and ding-dong as that one is going to hit Aceves as Jonathan makes it between the 1-6 and will head down to first. So the Cats may have something a little cooking here in the 4th. As Diego Brito will come to the plate. Brito singled his last time up. It's thrown out on fielder's choice. So he steps in 1 for 1. Now runners at first and second. Aceves at first, Tejeda at second. And Brito at the plate. Brito a chance to help folks out a little bit as we've got a timeout. Not sure what that was all about. So, okay, now it's going to be back over to the pitcher, Hardwick. He has control. Runners at first and second for the Cats. Pretty good lead. Field playing in at the corners. I don't think Diego's going to bunt. The first baseman in anyway. And the first pitch, that's going to be in the dirt. Almost gets away from Holloway. And it just a snag, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. Tejeda at second, Aceves at first. Cats trailing 4-0 here in the top of the 4th with 1 down. But trying to scratch something out. Easer waits on deck. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot. And, into the headlight of a pickup. Strike 1. Diego straightens that one out. It may get out of here. Not much wind. There's an occasional breeze, but not a lot of wind this afternoon. As Hardwick checks in the 1-1 pitch, that's going to be in the dirt, ball 2. 2 ball, 1 strike count. 2-1 the count. Diego Brito is the hitter. As there was a guy in the truck. It's like the headlight survived. Hardwick checks the runners, the 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low, ball 3. With 3-ball, 1-strike count for Diego Brito. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Deck lets him swing away here. It's Hardwick not as effective from the stretch as he is just the regular wind. So now he's got Brito, 3-1, as he'll set at the belt. Looks over at the runners, and the 3-1 pitch swung on, and that is right down the line. Backhanded at third by Alsop, and he'll step on third to get the lead runner. I don't know, credit where credit is due. Alsop had to come over, and that one was moving funky. Got the backhand on it, so Tejeda will be out. And Brito will reach on the fielder's choice as Chavez moves to second. So now 2 down for the Wildcats on a pretty good play at third by Alsop. Weiser to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Reached on a fielder's choice. Was left stranded back at the second. First pitch to Ryan is going to be high for ball 1. A 1-ball, no strike count. 2 down. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Cats and the Rockets opening district here this afternoon. Hardwick sets, looks in on the runners, and comes in the 1-2, or the 1-0, and that one's going to be squibbed off the end of the bat over towards the Lovington on deck circle where Parra handles it. Strike 1. Oh, the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Here settles back in, slightly open stance. Holloway on the hill, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that's a chop shot. Third baseman going to handle it. He's going to come across the diamond and scooped out by the first baseman, Seeley. Nice job. I got to give credit where credit is due as Seeley scooped it out. And Ryan Weiser out 5-3 for out number 3. So the Cats get a couple men on, but can't move them around. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Goddard 4, Lovington yet to score. Back for more Lovington Wildcat baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For the Wildcats, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning as Stokes will lead it off, and he'll take the first one. It is popped up over on the right side and off of the netting, strike 1. I'm TJ Miracle. Welcome to the launch pad at Goddard High School. Great to have you with us. District opener here this afternoon. As the sun kind of getting at a funky angle, there'll be a time late, probably in the 6th, 7th inning, where none of us may be able to see this thing. A 1 pitch from Salas to Stokes, and that one is at the knees. Beautiful pitch, strike 2. Just kissed the bottom of the zone against the number 9 hitter Stokes. But now an 0-2 count. Salas has pitched well in relief. And the pitch, and that one is going to just miss outside for ball 1. Very close pitch. Hernandez tried to frame it up. Umpire not buying it. Very close pitch, though. No, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Just underway in the 4th. A pitch to Stokes high for ball 2. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Wildcats and Rockets on this Thursday afternoon district opener. The 2-2 pitch off speed outside, ball 3. The leadoff hitter Stokes will work it full. Stokes, Alsop, Fulkerson, 9-1-2 due up for the Goddard Rockets here in their half of the 4th. Trying to build on to a 4-0 lead. Stokes out, now he's back in, slightly closed stance. And the payoff pitch, and that one is going to be high for ball 4. Very close, but just a little bit high, so that'll turn the lineup over for the Goddard Rockets. A little breeze, quite pleasant there. So Alsop will step to the plate, move some things around so we don't have, try not to have equipment overheating here. So stepping in will be Alsop. He'll settle in. He is 0 for 1, and the runner goes, and the throw down. It's going to get away from Aceves, but Brito there to back it up, but it'll be a stolen base for Stokes. And it was strike one at the plate to Alsop. He's 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, then reached on a fielder's choice also in the first that ended the inning. No ball, 1 strike count as Alsop watches that one off the outside corner. Strike 2. Just kind of shakes his head and moves his shoulders in disgust. Like from my perspective, and again, you got to remember I'm down the first baseline. It looked good from here, but as Salas checks the runners, whoa, I think that one slipped, and nope, they're going to call the balk instead. And so heading over is Stokes on the balk. So the balk going to be called, and so that'll put another run just 90 feet away for the Goddard Rockets. Salas tried to get it out of there before it got called. He didn't. This looked like an Ephus pitch. Going to double check on the count. The 0-2, runner at third. As Salas gets control back from the umpire. Hernandez down, giving the sign, and the 0-2 pitch swung on. And that one's back into the net. So Alsop trying to guard the plate. Stays alive, so nobody out. Runner at third. Stokes, who walked and stole the base, moved to third on a balk. Turn the lineup over to Alsop, the leadoff hitter. He's down 0-2. Salas, the big kick, and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, and that one is going to fall into right field. That'll easily get a run home as Ochoa going to come over and chop that one off. That Stokes will score. It'll be an RBI single to right and make it a 5-0 lead in favor of the Goddard Rockets. First run given up by Salas. Comes to Alsop, so now to be Fulkerson to the plate. He is 0 for 2. Double check some of our players out there here in a moment. Line and the pitch, fastball, outside corner, called strike 1. To the number 2 hitter, Fulkerson. Middle infield, looking at double play depth. First Parra holding on the runner over at first. Salas taking a long look into Hernandez, gets what he wants. Runner goes on the 0-1 pitch that's in there for a strike, and the throw down not going to be in time, as sliding in under the tag is Alsop. So he'll have his second stolen base of the afternoon. And Fulkerson down, no balls, 2 strikes at the plate. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Runner in scoring position, as it looks like Aceves is going to be the one who shades over to keep Alsop honest over at second. Salas will check him, and the 0-2 pitch swung on. It's a slow roller. Weiser will handle it at third. Throws it across, but not going to be in time, and that one bounces away from Parras. That's going to move everybody over one base. Would have been an infield single as it was. So Fulkerson will have the infield single, but the error will move people to second and third. So an error, a single, and then an error. Nobody out, and runners at second and third for the Rockets. Threatening to blow this one open. Bottom of the fourth. Heart of their lineup coming up with Seeley stepping to the plate. Had an RBI single and scored in the first. Grounded out to Aceves at short in the second. And he'll take the first pitch high as that one sails on Salas a little bit. Hernandez has to climb the ladder and does. Ball 1. But it keeps the score 5-0 instead of 6-0. So a 1 ball, no strike count to Seeley. Hernandez gives the sign. Pitch, and that one's into the netting from Salas. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Seeley trying to maybe go deep here. I'm not sure whether the wind heavy as the air is over here today. If the smoke and the haze and not much wind. I'm not sure you're going to get one out of here unless you just absolutely get one that's coming in screaming, hit me. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one's back to the screen. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Salas on in relief after the first inning. On for Pondo, who was the starting pitcher, and has pitched very well, keeping this to just a 4-run ball game, but struggling a little bit here in the fourth. Runners at second and third, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be a line shot and going to be foul down the right field line. So foul ball down the right field line. As Novel will go over and toss that one back in. On the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second is Fulkerson. Runner at third is Alsop. Salas from the stretch, and the 1-2 pitch fastball swung on, hit off the hands, and that one is going to be in foul territory, and leaping over, trying to get it, is Tejeda. Lays out and can't get the glove on it. Victor sure took a shot at it. Came up empty. Actually, that's Ochoa out in left now. So Ochoa took a dive at it. Lucky he didn't touch that. If he touches it, it becomes a live ball. And that allows probably 2 runs to score. So getting a break there. If you can't catch it, don't touch it. The 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that's a chopper. Weiser comes up, gets it at third, fires over, and airmail, but stepping off. No, Parra doesn't get on the bag at first in time. And so it is another error in the inning. 2 errors in the inning on throws. And that'll score Alsop. It moves Fulkerson to first. Would have been an RBI for Seeley no matter how you looked at it. But he reaches on the error, and now it's 6-0. As timeout going to be taken by Coach Deck. He wants to talk about it. Salas has pitched very well in relief, but struggling here. Nobody out, and Goddard Rockets at the corners. While we've got a moment, say a big thank you to all the good folks who make Lovington Wildcat baseball possible, including Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Now Pharmacy, and Eunice Pump and Supply. So the meeting at the mound is over with Rockets at the corners, trying to break this one wide open as Holloway will step in. Holloway, the catcher, going to help his battery mate out. And no, runners only at first and second, so Fulkerson stayed over at second. So runners at first and second. And a pickoff attempt, and that one sails. Salas, though, gets it back to Aceves, who puts the big sweep tab. Fulkerson dives in safely. Not sure why Fulkerson wasn't going on that one as well. We'll take him being at second instead of third all day long. Strike one at the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Now Fulkerson will go. That one is in there. Called strike 2. Throw to third. Not going to be in time in the double steal. Fulkerson gets to third as Seeley will move to second. I believe it is a no ball, 2 strike count at the plate. May just be 0-1 at the plate. That's right, with the pickoff attempt, it would just be 0-1. So now runners at second and third, and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted high in the air to shallow left field. Ochoa goes back, makes the grab, and will toss it in, but tagging up is Fulkerson and coming home from third, so it'll be an RBI sack for Holloway. So he gets a runner home and makes it 7-0. Seeley will stay at second. Fly out to right, and there's one down now. At this point, you'd almost trade the run for the out. So that'll bring Eldridge to the plate. Timeout going to be taken. We'll have a courtesy runner come into the ball game. A courtesy runner in the ball game for Holloway at second. Of course, he is the catcher, so that is allowed. Now Eldridge steps to the plate. I believe that's Miller going to be running at second. You've actually got Seeley at second. So that'll be Miller running at second. And And Eldridge will step to the plate. No, that was Holloway. So Holloway at second. Now Eldridge at the plate. There we go. Was hit by a pitch. Scored in the first. Grounded out in the third. He is 0 for 1. 3 runs across as Salas will pop off the rubber and look Miller back over to second. 1 down. Runner in scoring position for Goddard. Goddard would love nothing more than to get 3 more runs in this half inning. Line and the pitch swung on, and that one's heading to the parking lot. And that one got a pickup just outside the fence line. Strike 1. I parked far enough away. I don't think I've got to worry about it this afternoon. And as soon as I say that, Eldridge will probably send one towards the gold SUV. Another no ball, 1 strike count to Eldridge at the plate. Runner at second is Miller. Salas will check. He'll throw over to second in the sweep tag by, and they got him! A good tag by Aceves as he beat Miller over there. He got caught sleeping just a little bit, so Miller is out 1-6, and there are 2 down for the Cats, or rather for the Rockets. The Cats get a big break right there. The 0-1 the count as the base is cleared out now for Eldridge. 2 down. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. 1-1, Eldridge at the plate. Lovington trying to limit the damage to just 3 runs. Eldridge will settle back in. Salas and the 1-1 pitch swung on. That's a chop shot as Weiser going to get it. Oh, they're going to say that was a liner. I thought it had hit the turf. It did not, as Ryan reaches out and stabs the line drive over at third for out number 3. But the damage is done as 3 runs come across for Goddard in their half of the 4th. We go to the 5th. This is Wildcat Baseball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth and city of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
In the bottom half of the 4th inning, Goddard gets 3 runs on 2 hits. Lovington commits 2 errors. Nobody left on. A brilliant pickoff from Salas to Aceves ends the threat for Goddard, but not before they put 3 on the board. So it'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for your Cats. It'll be Parra, Salas, and Hernandez. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo on a sunny, warm afternoon down in the Pecos Valley here in Roswell at Goddard High. Thanks for being here as Pato will step in. Nick is 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play his first time up. So he'd like to make amends for that. And he'll take the first pitch. It's a chop shot over towards the second baseman. It's going to be bobbled at second. He'll come to first, but not in time. And so Pata will reach on the E4 as Fulkerson bobbles it, has a little trouble with it, can't get it in time. And so Parra will reach on the error. So a leadoff error, and the Cats are in business. So now Salas to the plate. He's 0 for 1, but a timeout going to be taken. We'll have a courtesy runner coming to the ball game. It's going to be Hernandez, number 25. So 25 for 20 as Hernandez will step in to do the running over at first. So Hernandez at first for Parra. Getting a little more speed out there. And it'll be Salas at the plate. As the sun continues to dip down, we're going to have sun directly in the camera lens here before long, so bear with us. I may actually have to turn it away to keep it from damaging the optics. If we have to do that, please just bear with us. So on the mound is Hardwick, and he'll kick and fire, and that one in the dirt to Salas, blocked out by Holloway. Dancing off first is Hernandez, and didn't get far enough away from the catcher. It'll be ball one. Well, 1 ball, no strike count. Lovington trails by 7 here in the top of the 5th. Hardwick from the stretch deals the 1-0 pitch, swung on, and that one is right down the third baseline. Is it fair or foul? And they're going to say just foul. That was very close. That'll be strike 1. Yeah, it was fair until it got to the bag, and I think it kicked foul just before it got to the bag. That's what it looked like from where I'm sitting. Of course, if it gets behind the bag in foul or in fair territory, it is a fair ball. If it goes foul any time before the bag, it is foul, and it went just before it got to the bag. So evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. The number 9 hitter Salas at the plate. Runner at first is Hernandez, courtesy running for Pata. As the 1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be outside, ball 2. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Wildcats trailing 7-0, trying to get something going here in the top of the 5th inning. Number 9 hitter Salas at the plate. And the 2-1 pitch up high, ball 3. Good eye for Salas. Salas, the pitcher, on in relief, is trying to help his own cause out here. His team down by 7. Does have a run and made over at first in the form of Hernandez. Paddock reached first on the error, and that pitch will be outside, ball 4. So Salas will work the walk, and so Cats at first and second now and turn the lineup over to Jaden Hernandez. Hernandez 0 for 2. You got to think maybe Jaden going to be due, as Goddard's pitching coach going to come out and have a word here with his pitcher. Doesn't want him to get rattled or anything here. Of course, tomorrow afternoon it'll be a doubleheader between these two teams, but back at the friendly confines of Wildcat Park, Don Morgan will be joining me. We'll be on the air at around 4:20 tomorrow afternoon. First pitch scheduled for 4:30. Doubleheader again tomorrow. Doing things a little bit differently this year, with a home game and then a doubleheader instead of 2 doubleheaders. They'll play them back-to-back nights in opposing parks. So the conference on the mound is over. We're ready to go. Of course, don't forget, Saturday we've got a whale of a matchup for you. Top 3 matchup in softball from Artesia. It'll be our number 3 Lovington Lady Cats, undefeated in district, against the undefeated period Artesia Lady Bulldogs. That'll be Saturday morning. So turn it over as Jaden Hernandez will step in, and the first pitch to Jaden, a fastball on the outside corner, called strike 1. Oh, 0 ball, 1 strike count. Again, I'm going to have to probably turn the camera here in just a minute to keep it from damaging the optics. The sun just in a terrible position for us, as that one is outside, ball 1. That's what happens when you get into the great outdoors. We are sitting here in the stands, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that's a chopper. And charging in is Alsop at third. Only play he's got is to come across the diamond and go to first, and he'll get it to Seeley in time. 5-3 for out number 1, but it does move the runners 90 feet closer. It'll move Hernandez to third, Salas to second. So now 1 down, but Lovington is going to be threatening here in the top of the 5th, as now it'll be Ochoa. 0 for 2 is Hardwick. Checks the runners, kicks and fires, and that one is going to bounce over to second. As coming up with it is Fulkerson. He'll get it to Seeley at first. They trade the run for the out, so it'll be the RBI sacrifice as Hernandez will score from third. Ochoa is out 4-3, but does get the RBI sack. And there is 2 down now, and it'll move Salas over to third. But a run comes across for the Wildcats. So 2 down now as Micah Pondo to the plate, and he'll take the first pitch. Chops it over towards the shortstop as Stokes from away gets it to Seeley in time, 6-3 for out number 3. But the Wildcats manage to Frankenstein a run together. We've played 4.5. It's Goddard 7, Lovington 1. Back for more Wildcat baseball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
We are so proud of you.
For the Wildcats in their half of the 5th inning, 1 run, no hits, 1 error committed by Goddard, and 1 runner left on as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Goddard Rockets, so that'll be Matheson, Wright, and Boston. I'm TJ Miracle. Hope you are doing well on this Thursday afternoon. District opener for the Cats and the Rockets, and a quick district season this year. I think, this week and next week, and that's it before we get to the playoffs. Of course, hope we get there. Again, I apologize about the sun, and I am going to have to move the camera to try and keep the optics from getting damaged. So the sun gets a little lower and I can come back onto the plate, I will. And so the first pitch is going to be away to Matheson, ball 1. Again, the way this park is situated, the visiting stands are pretty much blinded when the sun starts going down. And the 1-0 pitch from Solace, and that one's going to be high, ball 2. 2-ball, no strike count. As we are underway in the bottom of the 5th, Lovington trailing by 6. Solace on in relief. Pitched very strong, and the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one is in the hole between third and short, and will get out of the outfield as Ochoa going to get that one back in and sails it in. But it is a leadoff single for Matheson. So the leadoff single has Goddard in business here in the first. And that'll bring up Wright. So right at the plate, walked in the first, and then grounded out in the third. He is, or rather flew out in the third. He is 0 for 1. So Wright, the center fielder, step in, and he'll take the first pitch, and that one is heading over our heads, and nope, it hit the screening and then came back in. I thought that one was out of here, but it wasn't. Strike 1. We'll have a courtesy runner check into the ball game for the Rockets. Get that young man's number. I believe that's going to be number 5, Henry. So Henry on to run for Matheson, the DH. Now Wright on to run, or rather Henry on to run at first. Gets a lead. Parra holds him on. At the plate, it is Wright, and a pickoff attempt, and back in safely is Henry. Again, I apologize about not being able to get the action at the plate. The way the sun is coming down, it is right on our angle at the moment. And the 0-1 pitch to Wright, and he'll chase one outside. Good pitch, strike 2. So a no-ball, 2-strike count. The thing about Solace is they have not been able to really hit him very hard. Giving up 2 hits since he came in relief. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and ring him up and sit him down. First K of the ball game for Solace. Second for Wildcat pitching, and there is 1 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. So that'll bring Boston to the plate with a runner at first. Henry courtesy running after the leadoff single by the DH Matheson. So Boston over at first, settles into the right side box. Solace from the stretch, checks the runner, and now the runner is going to go. Got a huge leap, and they're going to just kick it around as that one got off the glove of Solace. And so Henry with the stolen base, and then we'll move over on another Wildcat error. Yeah, some of the fans hollering, you got to be ready, and you certainly do. And now they've got another run just 90 feet away in the form of Henry courtesy running. I believe that was ball one to Boston at the plate. Well, I'm going to put up till I hear different. A 1 ball, no strike count. Salas reaches over, fires over to first. I'm sorry, Boston actually got a piece of that one. Again, I'm fighting with the sun too. No error now. Yeah, that actually would be an error still. So, again, I apologize because the sun is in my eyes. So, Rockets at the corners, as that one is going to be outside to Stokes. Well, that will be ball one to Stokes. All right. Again, I apologize. Fighting the sun. Another pickoff attempt over at third. And that one is going to get away from Parra, and that is going to score Matheson. Parra should have had that one, so an error will score 2 more errors for the Wildcats. Have made this an 8-1 ball game. Still just 1 out here in the 5th. So the Cats needing to settle things down. Salas gets ready to deliver to Stokes, and that one is going to be up high for ball 2. 2 ball, no strike count. You know, I apologize for the camera. Cannot right now because of the sun. I cannot get the cannot get home plate, and I'm having a little trouble myself over here. The glasses are as dark as they're going to get, and the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up. It's going to be over on the right side. Parra in foul ground will reach up and make the catch for out number 2. So 2 down on the pop out. And that'll turn it over to Alsop. Alsop, single RBI last time up. He is 1 for 2. He does have a couple runs scored in the game. Was hit by a pitch to open the game. And now 2 outs, 1 on for the Rockets. As Alsop will settle into the right side box. Salas from the stretch, and the runner going to go, and that one's going to be away for ball 1. The throw down, and not going to be in time. And kicking that one around is Brito going to go over and get it behind, as Aceves had a little trouble holding on to it. It'll be a stolen base for Boston. Ball 1 to Alsop at the plate. 1 ball, no strike count. Runner at second now is Wright. As the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air to right field. Putting the glasses down and coming in and making the grab for the Wildcats is Tejeda. So the fly out to right, but another run comes across for the Goddard Rockets as we head to the 6th. It's Goddard 8, Lovington 1. Wildcat baseball continues from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For the Rockets in the bottom of the 5th, they get 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors committed by the Wildcats, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the 6th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Tejeda, Aceves, and Brito due up for the Wildcats. I'm TJ Miracle from here at the launch pad at Goddard High School on this Thursday afternoon. District opener has got a Dove on the field who's a little bit lost. Still on the hill is Hardwick for the Rockets. Oh, nope, we've got a new pitcher as Matheson will actually take over on the bump. The new pitcher is going to be Matheson. So Matheson was the DH. Now he'll take over and try and close this one out for the Rockets. It is not a save situation. So new pitcher in the game as Hardwick goes 5 complete innings. And gives up just 1 run on 3, make that 4 hits. So leading it off for your Cats, it'll be Victor Tejeda. Singled his last time up. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game, but new pitcher will be Matheson. Here in the 5th as Matheson kicks and fires. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Lovington down to just their final 6 outs. And trailing by 7. The 0-1 pitch from Matheson swung on. That one is going to be a shallow one and just a little bloop, a little Texas leaguer into right field as Tejeda reaches out and says, "Welcome to the game in the field, Matheson. I'll just single you to right," the little Texas leaguer, and the Cats have a man on. Well, that'll bring Jonathan Aceves to the plate. Aceves 1 for 1. Single back in the 2nd, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Left stranded both times. Aceves the shortstop here in today's game. So now a man at first is Tejeda. Aceves will step in. New pitcher in the game is Matheson. Depending on how many pitches he throws, he will not be available tomorrow. Pickoff attempt, kind of a weak throw over. Seeley will handle it easily and diving, not even needing to dive back in. Tejeda. There's Aceves with the open stance. Closes it up a little bit, settles back in. Matheson from the stretch, kicks and fires, and that fastball will be away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strike count. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Cats with some work to do here in the district opener. Matheson will fire, swung on, and gets a piece of it. It'll be foul tipped. And it'll even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the 1 ball, 1 strike count as Diego Brito come over and retrieve the ball for the umpire. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. Leading off at first is Tejeda. Matheson looks in the 1-1 pitch outside, ball 2. 2 ball, 1 strike count. The high school coach used to call this the hitter's count because the pitcher doesn't want to go down 3-0, but might give you something you can deal with here. Aceves will settle in, 2-1 the count. Matheson will look at Tejeda, and the 2-1 is high for ball 3. Now it's really in the favor of the hitter with a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Matheson not going to want to get in too much trouble. We're going to want to have his arm available, I would think, for tomorrow, but double check. I think if you throw more than 30 pitches, you're done for a couple of days. In the 3-1 pitch, and that's in the dirt, ball 4. So a leadoff single followed by a 5-pitch walk, and Lovington is in business with runners at first and second. That'll be the number 6 hitter, Diego Brito, to the plate. Brito 1 for 2. Singled back in the 2nd. Reached via the fielder's choice in the 4th. So now runners at first and second. Nobody out. Matheson on in the relief, struggling. And the first pitch to Diego is in the dirt, backhanded by Holloway. Keeps it in front of him and just kind of flips it back out. Makes Matheson work for it a little bit. Ball 1. The wind shifts around, starts blowing in just a little bit. As the sun continues to go down and hitting my eyeballs. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air over on the right side. And that one is going to be off the top of the batting cage and even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Got Tejeda at second. A leadoff single, then moved over on the walk to Aceves, who stands at first. Infield looking at double play depth. Outfield playing fairly shallow and right over and left. Don't you like that, right and left? Playing well into the left center field power alley. The 1-1 pitch swung on, and Brito swings and kind of lunges for one, and it's the cue shot off the end of the bat. Strike 2. That's a 1 ball and 2 strike count. Lovington trails by 7 here in the 6th. They're trying to get something going here. Make this interesting if they can. Matheson, the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot. Matheson gloves it. He'll turn around, go to second, then over to first, and it is in time as they get the 1-6-3 double play. That is the second 1-6-3 of the afternoon, and that'll wipe 2 of the Cats runners out. And now there is 2 down here in this 6th inning. So the second, 1-6-3. You don't see that every day. And that'll be Ryan Weiser to the plate. 9-0 for 2. Did reach on a fielder's choice earlier in the game, and he'll take the first pitch away for ball 1. The bright side about that is it will move Tejeda over to third. You'd sure like to cash him in if you could. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to deep right field as the right fielder Eldridge goes back, and he will make the running catch. That's what I saw indicated. I'm blocked out by the Lovington dugout, but the fly out to right will end the Lovington threat. So the Cats threaten but come up empty in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's Goddard 8, Lovington 1. Wildcat Baseball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now a Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now a Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now a Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now a Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Cats threaten in the top of the 6th, but come up empty. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Fulkerson, Seeley, and Holloway, 2, 3, and 4, due up for the Goddard Rockets. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with me on this Thursday afternoon. Again, if you're just joining us and hadn't been with us, the camera is offset right now because I'm trying not to damage the camera optics. My eyeballs may wind up fried. Is where they set us up here. You are right in the path of the setting sun. No, Fulkerson will step in, and the first pitch is going to be inside from Salas for ball 1. 1 ball and no strike count. We're underway, bottom of the 6th inning. 7-run lead for Goddard. Salas will kick and fire, and that one will be on the outside corner. Evens things up 1-1. Salas came on in relief in the 2nd. Has pitched pretty well. A couple errors behind him have hurt him. And the 1-1 pitch swung on as Fulkerson chases strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Fulkerson going to have to go into plate protection mode. Let's see what Salas can come up with here. Try and sit him down. As Salas with the high kick and the 1-2 pitch, and that one's going to be outside. And even things up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Cats and the Rockets here on a very nice Thursday afternoon, turning into evening. 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one's on the ground towards the shortstop. Aceves boots it, and another error costs another base runner for the Cats. So another error for the Wildcats. That is their 1, 2, 4, 5. That is their 6th error of the ball game. Just too many errors for the Wildcats, trailing by 7 runs. So now Fulkerson stands at first, and he is not afraid to take off if he can. And that'll bring Seeley to the plate. Seeley reached via an error his last time up, but he did have an RBI. Has a couple RBIs. He's 1 for 2 officially in the ball game. First pitch, and that one's going to be high for ball 1. So ball 1 to Seeley. Rubs the batting gloves together, sets up right at the front of the box. So 1-0 count to Seeley. Fulkerson at first. Parra holds him on the pitch, and that one is going to be on the outside corner, called a strike, and that one's going to get away from Aceves, but Brito backs him up. But another stolen base for Fulkerson, his 2nd of the afternoon. And so now another run for the Rockets, potentially into scoring position. Right side, it is a 1-1 count to Seeley at the plate. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Salas checks on his runner at second. He did burn a man at second earlier, and Seeley goes down to one knee. That takes the Adrian Beltre approach. And it'll be strike two. Sometimes when Adrian would do that for the Rangers or the Red Sox or the Dodgers, it would go out. He missed a lot, too. It was a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Fulkerson gets checked on over at second, and Salas comes to the plate. That one's a chop shot, and in and out of the glove of Aceves, and will squirt into center field. Tejeda will come in, toss it in, but not in time to get Fulkerson, and it's going to get away from Salas, and it'll be another error for the Cats in the field, and it cost them a run that time. So now it is 9-1 in favor of the Goddard Rockets, and the errors piling up for the Wildcats. And that'll be Holloway to the plate with a runner at second. Seeley reached on an error, moved to second on the throw into the plate. And so now Holloway represents the potential winning run at the plate. Salas checks the runner, kicks and fires, and that one's going to be inside, ball one. It was in about the right spot, but just a bit inside. So it'll be Seeley over at second. No RBI on that. 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Evens things up, 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Nobody down. A couple of errors have got the Cats in dire straits here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 pitch on the way, swung on, and that one is high in the air, but it is tailing foul, and that one will get out of play for strike two. So just a long strike two down the left field line. Left fielder goes over. Ochoa come over and collect that baseball. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Holloway is the hitter. Runner at second is Seeley, getting a pretty good lead. Aceves shading over to keep him honest. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is on the ground. Going to find its way through between second and short. Hit them where they ain't, as they say. Is Ochoa going to get it and get it in? But it'll be a single for the Rockets. And that'll put Goddard Rockets at the corner. So now Eldridge will step in. Hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Grounded out to Weiser in the third. And then lined out to Ryan to in the fourth. He is 0 for 2. We will have a courtesy runner check into the ball game. Pinch runner coming in. Let me check the number on that young man. Tequila Sunrise uniforms. Tequila Sunrise inspired uniforms. Not sure. Maybe Miller. I'll double check if he'll ever turn around. Those dark navy numbers, a little hard to pick up when they're not turned around. Now the potential winning run is on the base paths. 10 after 5 is the rule. And Lovington trails by 8. 2 on, nobody out. Now it'll be Eldridge at the plate. The pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air behind third base and going into foul ground. Coming over as that one tails back in as Ochoa misplays it. And it is another error as the wind playing with that one, but unfortunately you got to give it another error. So the third error of the inning costs Lovington another run. And so that'll put runners at first and second. Still nobody out. And now the potential winning run is in scoring position with Matheson coming to the plate. And actually, I think we may have a pinch hitter come in. So Holloway at first. I believe that's Miller at second. I can't see the young man's number between the sun and the dark numbers. So 1 run away and 3 outs to work with for Goddard. That'll be number 11. That'll be Carrillo. So Carrillo on to pinch hit. And Salas will kick and fire. Carrillo will take the first pitch and foul it into his own dugout. Strike one. And if you're just joining us, I have the camera pointed like I do to try and keep the optics from burning out as the sun coming down over the Goddard gym and is right in our eyes where they set us up. trying to protect the camera optics and trying to protect my own at the same time. No ball, one strike count. Salas deals, and that one's going to be low and away. Evens things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Salas in relief has pitched pretty solid. I've got to just be honest. The defense behind him has let him down. 2 on, nobody out. A 9-run lead for Goddard and a 1-1 count to Carrillo, the pinch hitter at the plate. Pickoff attempt, and Salas has a nifty pickoff attempt over at second. He got a man earlier. I'm going to say that does look like a 15. I'm kind of squinting through the smoke and the air from the fires up in Ruidoso. It's pretty thick here. It's not terrible. Yeah, that is Miller over at second, who was back in safely. Carrillo at the plate is the pinch hitter in the 1-1 pitch, and that one is at the letters over the heart of the plate. Beautiful pitch from Salas. Strike 2. Oh, the 1 ball, 2 strike count. That's trying to force a 7th inning. Salas will check the runners, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air, and will get out of play. And, yep, that one's off the roof. They got under that one and hit it high, and will stay alive. Rio, the pinch hitter. Miller at second. Eldridge at first. Coach Alvarado reminding them nobody out. Be smart out there. Oh, he wants this one ended early. And that one is a hard shot on the ground as, whoa, in the 5-hole as Ryan can't handle it as Round in third and heading for home. A play at the plate, but the ball going to get away from the catcher, and so the error ends the ball game as Carrillo will reach on the E5, and that will do it as the Wildcats fall in the opening game of district via score of 11-1. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and wrap things up from Goddard. This is Wildcat Baseball.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Your Napa Auto.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Welcome back. Lovington Wildcat Baseball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, and our final in this one, a run rule ball game in the 6th as Goddard wins this one 11-1. Final line in the ball game for the Goddard Rockets, 11 runs on 7 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 7 runners stranded on base. For your Lovington Wildcats, 1 run on 5 hits. Here's the big number, 10 errors in the ball game. Ouch, and they leave 6 runners on base. But the Cats now just have to take a deep breath as Coach Deck and the Wildcats get to play these Rockets again tomorrow in a doubleheader at Wildcat Park. So sleep, head back home, and get ready to be at the friendly confines tomorrow. Put this one behind you and just get ready tomorrow. Key going to be don't make so many mistakes and get back in this district race as good as you can. Doubleheader tomorrow here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Don Morgan will be back with me. We'll be on the streamcast at approximately 4:20 tomorrow afternoon. First pitch is scheduled for 4:30 of Game 1 of that doubleheader. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on it as too many errors doom the Cats in the district opener. They fall to the Rockets 11-1. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Goddard. Lovington Wildcat Baseball has been brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Now Pharmacy, and Eunice Pump and Supply. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Have a good evening, everybody.